So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a quick and easy word search that you could use either as a social media post or perhaps to send out to your email list that's related to your audience and something that's of interest to them. So in this particular example, I've created a word search with words about visioning for female entrepreneurs. And you'll see there's words embedded in here like passion and embrace, creativity, and so on. And I'm going to show you how to do this really simply using ChatGPT and Canva. So if we head over to ChatGPT, and I'm using the paid version. I did try using it on GPT 3.5 and had a mixed result. So it's worth having a go with that one if you haven't got a paid plan, but you might find you need to upgrade or you need to do a little bit more tweaking to make that one work. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a prompt in here to ask ChatGPT to come up with a list of words that relates to our target audience and the topic that we want to include. And I've already come up with the prompt here, and I'll share this with you somewhere on the page. So if we type that in, this is the first prompt that's asking ChatGPT to come up with 12 words that will resonate with our audience. And in this case, the female entrepreneurs, and we're looking for words around leadership, innovation, personal growth, and so on. So let's send that message, and ChatGPT will come up with the list. So when we've got our list, we can have a quick check through that we're happy with everything. And it may be you see a word that you don't like unite, for example, and perhaps you want to change that to something like connect. One thing that I would say is the longer the words are, the more difficult they are to fit into a grid. So if you change all of the words to longer, sort of 7, 8 letter words, it might struggle to fit them in. But we've got a good variety here that ranges from sort of 4 upwards, so we can use that. Then my second prompt is to actually ask it to create the grid using those words. So I'm going to take this prompt here that I've created, and I'm going to paste this one in and ask it to create a word search grid with 30 by 30 characters, and then each character separated by a space because we'll need that later. And then we've asked it to position them horizontally or vertically and ask for random characters, but trying to avoid any negative connotations. And we have given it the option to go bigger than 30 by 30 if it can't fit the words in. So that should just help you if your words are a little bit longer. So let's give that a go. So we've pasted that in, and this does take a little while to do because it's obviously a little bit more of a complex task. So we'll give it a few moments to create that. Okay, so it's now come up with our word search grid. I did just check that it's 30 by 30 because sometimes it can go a little bit crazy, particularly on the free version. And I just like to do one more check. It does tell me that it's done everything that I've asked it to do, but I just like to do a quick check, just asking it to confirm that all the words are in the grid and there's no words with negative connotations. So it's now confirmed that all the words are in and there's no words with potentially negative connotations. So it did do that twice, which is just an example of sometimes where it can go, we can be a little bit iffy, but we've got there in the end. So we can come back up now and we can copy the code. And now we're going to open a blank document, a Word document or similar, and we're just going to paste in the letters that we've got here. And then we're going to select all of that, and we're going to come up here to the menu and click on Table, and we're going to do Convert Text to Table. So we know we've got 30 columns because that's what we asked for. We're going to change it to Auto Fit to Contents, and here in Separate Text Step, we're going to click on Other. We're going to type over that hyphen and put a space bar and click on OK. And there we go. We've got our words table created, our word search created. So now really simply what we're going to do is we're going to copy this, and then we're going to head over to Canva. And I just chose a template. I adapted it a little bit to make sure there's plenty of blank space. We can just come in here now and we can just do paste. So there we have our grid in here. Now we probably want to do some formatting changes to this. So we can change the lines in it. So we'll get rid of the lines. So I'm just going to go to the grid and get rid of the lines. And then obviously the font size isn't great. So let's change the font size. Let's go for 14. And then we can move it up. Get that about there. We might want to change the typeface, and we might also want to center the letters like so. So you can play around with it until you get the look and feel that you want, and then you can either share it to your social media or download it as a file to share as an attachment with your email newsletter. Have fun creating.